a bird stuck in your butt? There's a fairy tale for that. The Brothers Grimm recorded a fairy tale called The Dog and the Sparrow, about a sparrow who befriends a dog, and when the dog's owner starves him, the sparrow avenges his death with relish. He destroys the man's business and his home, culminating in a scene where the man is trying to kill the bird with an axe, but just destroying everything else in the process. Finally, the man catches the bird. His wife takes the axe and offers to kill it, but the man decides he wants to torture the bird first, so he swallows it alive. But the bird worms its way back out of the man's mouth, and the man's wife, much too overeager, tries to kill the bird but decapitates her husband instead. Now, Liz, you rightly say, there was no bird in a butt in this fairy tale. Well, the Aarne Thompson Uther Folktale Index says differently. Somewhere out there is a version where the bird is swallowed alive, makes its way through the man's digestive system, and pops its head out of the guy's rear end, at which point we can safely assume that the man gets his cake cleaved off by his wife.
Ouch!
Now, normally I would provide you with the actual regional folktale where that happened, but I researched this far too long, trying to find the version where there is a bird in the butt. But alas, we will have to take Aarne Thompson and Uther's word for it, because I could not find it in English in any fair amount of time to research for a 1-minute video. I hope you enjoyed this brief little tasting of a fairy tale. I need to keep it brief right now while I am writing Fucked Up Fairy Tales, the book, due for publication in fall 2025. Yes! Hopefully when I am done with my first draft, I can get back to the longer Fucked Up Fairy Tales. Thanks for sticking around in the meantime. Do you have a very weird situation? Please pop it in the comments and I will try to tell you if there's a fairy tale for that.
Fucked Up Fairy Tales with Liz.
Ding! You ever fart so damn loud your partner breaks up with you on the spot? There's a folktale for that. A lawyer's clerk was in love with a gorgeous gal, and she liked him back, so they made plans to get hitched. The night of the wedding, the two were dancing with the guests when the bride let out a huge fucking fart so loud it stopped the damn orchestra. She was wildly embarrassed and apologized, but even more embarrassed than she was the groom. He was so put off by the incident that he left her high and fucking dry at her own damn wedding. Now, don't feel too bad for the girl. See, the clerk's boss was also at the wedding, and while he was a bit older than the bride, he found her quite charming. He offered to make amends on behalf of his dumbass employee and marry the girl right then and there. Now, her friends encouraged her to say yes because he was kind, he was rich, why not go for it? So she was like, all right, that sounds good, and they got married. Turns out that lawyer died shortly thereafter and left her a buttload of riches. She remarried and had her pick of all the bachelors, so she remarried the goddamn governor of Paris. Now that guy also died soon after, and that lucky bitch married again, this time to a king, the King of Poland. See, there's a folktale or a fairy tale for many odd situations. So tell me, what's your odd situation? There might be a fairy tale for that. Hey, if you didn't hear, I am writing a book. It's going to be published in 2025, and it is Fucked Up Fairy Tales, the book. Ding! So please keep an eye out for news. You might want to sign up for my newsletter so you can be involved, because it is going to come out a very long time from now, and I don't want you to miss it. Thank you for being here. I'll see you for the next Fucked Up Fairy Tale, the book.